Hi, this is Lisa Louise Cook, and in this video, I want to show you some examples of some family history projects that you could do using Google Earth. The first one I want to show you is one about my Burkett surname in my family tree. This is my great-grandfather, and over here in the Places panel, I have the Burkett tour that I've put together. As you can see, it's here in this folder. When we click the little button next to it, it closes up. Here it is, highlighted. But to open it up so that I can travel around and show you the different locations, we're going to click the little arrow next to it. I'm going to click on the tour folder, and that launches to this first location. We're going to the San Francisco Bay Area, which is where my family is from. Now, as you notice, there are some things here showing up on the screen. That's because we've got some items activated in the Layers panel, and this might happen when you play your tours. So the first thing I do is uncheck that box, and you see how they all disappeared? That way everything's very clean, and then I could go in and just activate the items that I want to display during my tour. We can even move the Layers panel down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to close the search box as well to make sure we've got lots of room to work with here. If I click the folder, my first dialog box pops up, and it says, in this tour you're going to see the places that are significant in the lives of Charles and Ellen Burkett and their family at the turn of the 20th century. We can close that and head to our first location. Now, if I just click in this space around it, but I don't actually click the link, it will fly to that location, and then I can click the link to display the item itself. In fact, we're going to click the box there, and here it is. And this tells, again, even more information. And I have a website link here. So if you want to find more information about this family, you could have a website address that would open up the browser in Google Earth and take them there. In fact, let's do that. If I just click that link, here's the browser. And there's my website. Okay, so close back to Google Earth. And our next location is checking this box. I want to display the 1915 historic map from the David Rumsey Map Collection. And as you can see, it's quite large, covers the entire area. This is again from 1915. If somebody is viewing your tour and they want to kind of zoom in closer, they can just click on the screen. These are very high resolution maps, so we can go in very close. And you can see the streets and move around. Pretty terrific imagery. Now, our next item is going to be Market Street, which is a very famous street in San Francisco, and what it looked like just prior to the 1906 earthquake. When I click the box, it activates my movie camera icon. This is a place mark that's been customized. When I click it, here we have a video that I located. This was on YouTube. And so I took the embed code, got it from YouTube, stuck it on the map into my place mark, and you can watch the video right here. Don't you just love it? What a real-time travel experience. Okay, and then in our next location, again, I'm clicking on down here, the white space and then the text. When I get there, then I'm going to activate my icon and show everybody what's inside the camera. This is a photograph of my great-grandfather. He's right here on the left, and this is him in front of his streetcar. He was a streetcar conductor on the Kentucky Street line, and so I've got some additional information here that I've added myself. So we close that up, go to our next location. I want to show folks a video about the history of cable cars in the San Francisco Bay Area. And here's my projector icon. If we click that, this pops up. This is a YouTube video that I have. I've embedded it from YouTube with the embed code into my place mark. They can even enlarge it and see it on the entire screen, and it will continue to play. The escape key brings it back, and we can close it. Next, I want to show where he worked. This is the streetcar employer that he worked for on Kentucky Street, and I'll activate that box. I've put a little streetcar there. We can even deactivate the other boxes if we want to show it more closely. Here at the 23rd Street Car Barn is where he parked his streetcar every evening. And if we click that, it shows, a ticket. This is a ticket that I bought on eBay This is an original ticket from that line, from that time frame. Pretty incredible, huh? So I scanned it on my flatbed scanner, uploaded it as an image, just like any other photograph, and have been able to then embed it into the placemark. Again, it doesn't have to be just photographs, does it? Now, let's go in and take a look at what does the cable car actually look like in San Francisco. If we click this box, a 3D model. This was a 3D model I got from the Google 3D warehouse, and there are free models there that you can take and put into your map. It's a little bit more of a complicated process, but not too bad. As you can see, it's still here in a placemark box, but in the warehouse, at the Google warehouse. They'll explain more about how you actually embed that special model file code into your placemark. And then let's see here. I'd like to take a look at 1905. What did Kentucky Street look like in 1905? I'm going to turn off the existing map we've been looking at, and I'm going to activate this map. This is a Sanborn fire map that I obtained from davidrumsey.com. Now, this was not part of the David Rumsey gallery layer, but I actually went to the website, downloaded the fire map, and then uploaded it into, as you can see here, this is an overlay. And the overlay, as you learned in the workshop, is up here in the toolbar button, the Add Image Overlay, and then I had to fit it to fit correctly, but now that it has, you can see it. And then we just turn it off. Okay, next up is a place, the house where they lived on Kentucky Street, 1144 Kentucky Street. We are activating the box. There's the house. Click the button and it explains some information about the fact that they lived in this location prior to the earthquake. We could even put the Sanborn map back on and it shows the exact location. Let's close this and you can see here is right where his house was. Okay. Okay, and here our next one. I've put a 3D model of a Victorian house here. This looks like a San Francisco Victorian, and when you click the link, it tells more information about it. Again, I got this out of the 3D warehouse, and it really is neat. You can move it around. Look at that. Look at the 3D version of that. Isn't that so cool? You can even spin it around here. And see how you can see the view you would have had from the house. In fact, we'll spin that house all the way around. There's the view from the front porch. Pretty amazing. Okay, heading back up, we're going to activate our 1915 map. And now I want to show, when the earthquake happened, there was a lot of damage, but the real damage happened because of the fire that occurred after the earthquake. So I've created a representation of that. I'm going to turn off my old map. And there it is. So this shows you, I've put together a polygon, a very customized polygon based on information that I got on where the fires occurred and where they were most prevalent. And this really shows it. So as I marked each location where they lived, I could see, were they inside the fire zone or outside of the fire zone? This is a great analysis tool for your genealogy. And then here, after the earthquake, what were things like? We're going to activate another projector here. And when we click it after the earthquake, here's a video that I got from the Internet Archive. This is a free website with old movies and reel-to-reels. They've uploaded them to the website and you can add them with the embed code, just like with YouTube, straight into your placemark. And this shows the people living in the tents afterward and lining up for food and for water and all the different struggles. This really brings it to life, doesn't it? And let's close this video and we're going to head to the Presidio, which is where one of the refugee camps was. And I've marked it here with the tent. And if you click the tent, it gives more information. And in fact, I found some great websites about this. And if we click the website, it takes us right to the National Park Service's Presidio of San Francisco website, which shows the refugee camps and gives you all the historical background. And this works just like any web browser. You can even click this button to open it in Firefox, or we can click over here to go back to our Google Earth map. And again, to show another video of the refugee camps, I've put a link here that takes us to a website. This shows you where I got it from the Internet Archive. straight from this website. I can show it from here, or I can use their embed code and put it straight into my place mark. Now let's go back to Potrero Hill, and we're going to go here. This is a book from Google Books that I've located, and I've set it to this particular page which shows this area at that time. Now if we close it, you can see I'm here in the Potrero Hill area. I've changed my icon into a custom icon of a book so that you could really see it, that it's going to be representing a book, and that's the content in this place mark. And you can actually read the entire book right here in the place mark from Google Books. So all kinds of historical content can be added to your maps. They don't have to leave your tour to go and explore this. You can bring it to the viewer in your tour. And in Potrero Hill, they lived on Connecticut Street, and here is a map, another Sanborn map I got from the David Rumsey website. We can mark the location of where they lived. Click it. Tells information I've set in there. You can also see a camera icon. So I've put an old postcard that I found of this particular street. And I even have a photograph of my great-grandfather holding my grandfather standing right in front of this building on the Sanborn Fire map. There it is. And as you're noticing, I can click it in the My Places, or I can click it on the place mark itself. Now let's go see where grandfather grew up and went to school. He went to school at Bryant Elementary School. There it is on the map. And let's take a look at it today. Let's use Street View. And in our tour, we can record going into Street View so that everyone can see what does this look like today. And there's the school. Exit Street View. And we can activate a photograph I've put in here. And this is a photograph of Grandpa at school, right there at Bryant Elementary School. Now let's go to another location where they lived. This was 269 Connecticut Street. You're starting to get the idea here, aren't you? You can really do this in chronological order, telling the story and showing all kinds of items. Not only the photographs you have in your own collection, but items that you're finding online as well, or scanning out of a book or anywhere else. Use your imagination. So there's 269 Connecticut Street. We've got a photograph of Grandpa outside of that house with his dog and his toy horse. Kind of fun, really adds to the feel of going back in time. And let's show the genealogical backup for this, the citation, which is the 1910 census. Here's an image of the census record itself. It's a JPEG image that I've uploaded just like I have with my other photographs, and I can embed it using, if I have it on my website or if I put it in Photo Bucket, I can then place it into my place mark and display it here for everyone to see. So this is really the backup genealogical information to how I know that they lived in that area at that time. Here's another one. Let's take a look. Al on his horse in 1908. And there he is. And I feel like now I'm really getting to know this area, and I'm recognizing the slopes of the streets and the houses, and it's amazing just to see the dirt streets. And then finally, let's go to the finale. Of course, we need an ending spot. And as you can see, I've pulled back to reveal the entire area of San Francisco so they can get the whole big picture. And this is the finale. I've put a little icon there so that they know you're done. So you can go through, and we could even do it as the end. Let's do it as the end. Way back, pulling way back in Google Earth. Really gives everybody a full tour and a real time travel type of experience.